Welcome to Thought for December the 10th. Our readings today are Job chapter 12, Nahum chapters 1 and 2, and James chapter 5. And our thought is, you have seen the purpose of the Lord. Well, have you seen it? The context of that statement we read today in the Epistle of James is most interesting and challenging. We can say that we have seen the purpose of the Lord in many things, in particular in the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. But note the particular context in which James makes this statement. As an example of suffering and patience, brothers, take the prophets who spoke in the name of the Lord. Behold, we consider those blessed who remain steadfast. You have heard of the steadfastness of Job, and you have seen the purpose of the Lord, how the Lord is compassionate and merciful. Chapter 5, verses 10 and 11. The Lord does nothing without a purpose, but do we always recognize that purpose? Our reading of Job illustrates God's purpose with him in developing his character. The prophets all went through a similar development of character, although only in the larger books is this fully apparent. Studies of the lives of Jeremiah and Isaiah are most revealing about this. Now James was writing when the nation of Israel was soon to be destroyed. In verse 3 today, he calls them the last days, and he has many thoughts very suitable for these last days of the Gentile era. Patience and steadfastness were vital qualities. The Greek words could also be translated as endurance. It is God's will and purpose that we go through trial. Look at chapter 1, verses 2 to 4. James' life was a huge learning curve. If we accept that, in all probability his mother was Mary, the mother of Jesus, and that Jesus made a special appearance to him after his resurrection, as 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 7 seems to indicate, we see that James is writing this as he reaches the climax of his life. Historical records indicate fairly clearly that he was martyred in AD 62. So James marvelled at the purpose of the Lord in his life, and he is exhorting others to see the same in their lives, and so remain steadfast under trial. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord is at hand. Verse 8. What an appropriate message and example for us as we near the end of 2020, and the events in and especially around God's Holy Land shows seemingly endless conflict. And of course, what a remarkable year we have been through with COVID-19. And of course, the latter-day purpose of the Lord is unfolding, and God's purpose will become increasingly clear to those who really know his word. Thank you once again for joining us for Thought for the Day, where together we can open up the pages of God's Word, remembering that they are a lamp to our feet and a light to our path.